Hi guys, right, so it's Monday afternoon. It's what date is it? 2nd Feb? Oh, it would have been my grandma's 126th birthday today. And I've been at SMZ all morning. SMZ is a special management zone. These are the parishes that are most affected by HS2 and representatives of officers from county council and borough council and various other bodies, HS2, BBV obviously, and representatives of those parish councils and also other elected representatives. And there was a meeting, which was quite a regular meeting a fortnight ago, and the matter of the A446 closure came up in that, and there was an emergency meeting called today with all the questions that we raised that fortnight ago. And so here are some headlines. First of all, there's been no traffic modelling carried out in relation to the impact on water ordnance or other villages. There has been traffic modelling done along the diversion route because that's been used as a diversion route before. But the fact that it would be lots of people coming off that diversion route and using rat runs, that has not been modelled. Blue lights have been informed, notified. What that actually looks like though in terms of action or interaction or reaction, don't know. There are signage going out. You might notice that there is some VMS 4 signs going out. They're also looking at doing more. They've also asked for local information as to knowledge of areas which might be impacted. Questions were asked as to why we'd not been consulted, and apparently there is extensive consultation with key stakeholders. So I asked the question, why are we not a key stakeholder? We are a key stakeholder, but we're not on their U and A's list, which is undertakings and assurances, unlike the airport and the NEC. So if you're wondering why it's taking place during half term, not during half term but elsewhere outside, it will be at least in part because this is the time that suits the airports and HS2 and the NEC better. Why is it not being done at night? Well, the actual application that went in didn't actually have the option of just purely closing overnight, so that's going to go back and have a look at that. However, there is concern that was raised by County Highways about the distraction of having stuff that's left hanging over the roadway as opposed to the distraction what's there. I've given Martin Watson some clog over the years. He was there today as Borough Councillor for Curdworth, and he did raise the fact is that when you're carrying out the risk of having traffic going underneath a structure, not necessarily that's been actively constructed on, but where there is night-time a closure, where the work is conducted at night rather than during the day, and having traffic going through during the day, he did raise a very good point. Is that ever considered, that level of risk considered about the level of risk of not doing it? You know, and all the roads being shut and all the gridlock that will go through the villages and the potential for tragedy in terms of actually getting accessible emergency vehicles and so forth. It doesn't work like that apparently, but we're going to ask whether that could be reconsidered. But I have to be honest, in terms of timescale now and the work being done, I find that very difficult to believe that that'd be considered. I would have thought though at that point that our county councillors who were present would have been embarrassed into action. They weren't. Yeah. However, good news. The road closure for 10 days is no longer going to be a 10-day road closure. It's going to be a 7-day road closure. So the roads will reopen at 6 o'clock on Monday, is it the 6th of March? Monday the 2nd of March. So 1 month from today, the road will reopen, having been closed for a period of 7 days. So there'll be 5 working days, 2 days across the weekend, and 6 hours on that Monday morning. So that'll be there. In terms of other mitigating actions, Gilson Road will not be reopened during that time. However, I have asked that the traffic lights will be replaced by manual signage. And this is something that I was pushing for all today, is that people are saying that they want traffic lights over the Visa Bridge during the penalty. Traffic lights will just get ignored and they'll just get overrun. Is that you actually need to have boots on the ground, and there's real consideration there in terms of whose responsibility is that, who's, you know, and what will happen when it all does come to a grinding halt. Because I have to say, for all of the good wishes and positivity around taking action, there was very little actually decided today in terms of mitigating action. Obviously the HS2 and BBV and other agencies as well have to go back and see what they can do and what they're prepared to warrant and deliver on. But yeah, pushing to get the car park open without any charges or any requirement for tickets during that fortnight. I'm going to get pushed back on that. Again, political dogma getting in the way. When it comes to all of these issues, and people talk about resources and the ability to resource these things, the greatest resource that is always absent is will and a desire to do it. And if there isn't the desire, there's pointless practicing and trying to leverage. But hopefully we can embarrass and cajole and leverage our position to the benefit of the village. I'll keep going and I'll let you know how I get on. All the best. Bye bye.